Welcome to Chronicles of a Foster Family. My name is Mariana, and today I want to share with you the basic things you need to know about haircuts in foster care. If this is your first time in this channel, I hope that you subscribe, you like this video, you share it with somebody, but most importantly, that you leave us your comments so we get to know you. If you are ready, this is Matthew, my son, and he's ready to get a haircut, as you can see. And this is our barber, Jorge.
Hello everyone.
We met Jorge at a barber shop for about a year ago, and then we went into COVID-19 at home shelter, so he started working from home, which was awesome because now he comes to my house. And it's amazing because it helps me save time. I don't have to go make the line, have the kids exposed on the streets. So it's wonderful, and he's ready with his mask. And yeah, I have a mask too somewhere in this house. So if you're ready, let's get to it. You're probably wondering, where is the money is going to come from this haircut or the hair care of a child in foster? The money is going to come out from the stipend you're going to get monthly. Now, there's some workers that for special occasion may ask their supervisor for extra money, but to be honest with you, in my personal experience, there is no extra funding for haircuts. So it's either gonna come out from your personal pocket or from the money you get for the child. Be mindful if you have a teenager, for example, and she wants the extension, that's $150. And once you know the amount of money you get monthly, $150, it's a lot, especially if after that you have to maintain the hairstyle. Also, if you have a child that you need to braid every 2 weeks, that could run you another $50 every 2 weeks. And if you have a boy like Matthew, every 2 weeks you have to spend an average of $20 in haircuts. Now that you know where the money's come from, you could go ahead, make your decision, and start treating your child's hair. That you should know about haircuts in foster care is the communication. It's your best friend. It is important that you constantly communicate with the social worker of the child and as well with the parents. If you have that ability through the visitation of the therapist, communicate with the parents to understand what would they like, because they still retain the rights, what would they like their haircuts or hairstyles on their child's to be. As we speak, the law constantly changes, the policy constantly changes, so it's important that you continue to stay in. Right now in New Jersey, we have the ability to make executive decisions when it comes to haircuts. Last year it wasn't so. We really needed their permission from the parent to go ahead and cut the hair. However, and I must say however, there's certain instances that we need to use wisdom when we decide to cut a hairstyle, and I'm going to explain that in a second. Now, one of the tips that I can share with you is to have a notebook like this, and you could send the parent a letter that what you're planning to do with the child's hair, and if they approve, they can sign it for you, and now you have something that you have communicated with the parent in case they want to bring this up as an issue later on with the social worker or with this. The third thing that I want you to stay informed is, it's very personal. There's religion views and there's also cultural views that we must respect. For example, if you have a child in placement, and let's say the child is 4 years old, it's a boy, and you see that the hair is long, you should not automatically go try to cut that child's hair. First, you want to investigate what is the reason that this child has the hair that long. Perhaps the parents are observing something, is cultural, is religion, or it's a personal choice of the parents. So always try to maintain yourself informed. Why is the child has the hair the way it has it? All right, so again, be sensitive about religion views and cultural views before you make your decision, and always stay in communication with the social worker and the parent. When it comes to first haircuts, you may want to try to do your best in getting the parents first. The first haircut, it's always very special, and the parents want to still be involved in the life of a child. Remember, you are a bridge between the parents and the child until this matter that they're going through is getting resolved. So if the baby's hair is getting really long and you feel that the child does need a haircut, and it's the first one of the ideas I can give you is like speak with the social worker and see if the parent may be allowed to meet you at a barber shop of your choice, and then you can meet the parent there with the child so they can have this experience. Let's say for any given reason the parent cannot be present and you have obtained the consent to go ahead and give that child their first haircut. One idea that I can share you is you want to save some of that hair, maybe put it in a Ziploc with the day, take a lot of pictures and send it to the parents. At least this way the parents still being engaged in the child's life. Most children want to be involved in the style of their haircuts, such as Matthew, right? When you have a child that is able to speak and they're telling you, I want a mohawk, or I want my hair to go this way, or I want this, I want a line, or I had a child that he wanted a star for his birthday. All right, a star, a line, anything outside of a basic haircut. You also want to consult with the social worker, perhaps use your mighty notebook and request permission from the parent. Hey, Matthew wants a star on his hair for his birthday, or because school is starting, or he wants to switch the look. Is it okay with you if we do this? So once you have that permission, then you go ahead and you do whatever style outside of the basic the child wants. The teenager, or sometimes even a younger child, they ask you, hey, can I dye my hair? You want to make sure that you ask a social worker and that you obtain written permission from the parents. If the parent is not available, then have the social worker make that decision for you. But again, dyeing a hair, it's a decision that you need to approach with wisdom and much communication. To be aware of, if you have a child that comes into your placement and you're ready and excited, you look at the child and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait until I wash your hair and do something with it. I want to caution you on this, because if you have a child that has long hair, it has dreadlocks, or that you see that the child is, let's say it happened to me, 4 years old and has braids, your first reaction cannot be, oh, I'm going to cut your hair because it's going to be easier for me and I'm not going to be investing the money on this. That shouldn't be your reaction, because you need to understand, why is this child at this age with this long hair? When that happened to me, what I did is I sat on YouTube for 3 days and I learned how to braid my hair. So over here, I want to share with you, this is the first time I braided. This is my middle stage of learning how to braid. And right here is where I'm at. And thanks God for those children that they kind of forced me into learning how to braid, because I couldn't, in my budget, I'm like very frugal. And in my budget, I wasn't going to accommodate $50 every 2 weeks to have a 4-year-old braided. So what I did is like, let me learn. So I took it as an opportunity to enhance my motherhood. When you have the child walking into your house, usually the first thing you're going to notice, besides everything else that goes from here down, is the hair. And some of them come with lice. And some of them come with other things, perhaps loss of hair or pieces of hair missing. And I know that deep in you, you are like, all right, as soon as the social worker leaves, first thing, we're going to shower, we're going to take care of that hair. This is what I can suggest to you. That's beautiful. But just do the basics for the first night, okay? Just do a wash, and I'm going to show you the products for you to be ready. Just do the wash with the conditioner, and then later on, as the days progress, you could do things like asking the pediatrician, can I have a multivitamin for this child because there's hair missing, or I see that there's a problem with their hair growth, or I know that you're going to try to go and put that lice medicine on them. Before you do that, ask the social worker, should you have it at home and be ready for it? Definitely. But you want to make sure the child is not allergic to the lice medicine. All right? So again, child walking in, child has lice. You notice the lice, ask the social worker. Do you think it's okay if I try to treat this lice right away? Most likely they're going to say, please do. All right, but always have that consent. Always cover all your corners at home. It's another tip that I can offer you to be ready for when you get the child in your house. I explained before that some children may come in with no hair or pieces of hair that are falling off. This is one of the products that I use. You could buy this in Target. You could buy this sometimes even in your local supermarket, especially if it's a Spanish supermarket. And you just leave it in their hair for about 15 minutes to 30 minutes. And you could use this once a week, and it helps the hair to grow. But other than that, staying informed and getting some knowledge, things that I learned is that each child has a different porosity in their hair. And not every single product it's gonna work for the same child. However, you could have basic shampoo, like you could have something like this, okay? This or this one, right? Just your shampoo and a conditioner, you could have that. I love this one right here, Jamaican castor oil. This I love. When I'm doing a deep wash on my kids' hair, I use this. Now we're talking about African American hair, Dominican hair, curly hair, that kind of hair. A hair like Matthew, you don't need all these products unless they're having issues with their hair growth. I use this sometimes. The other thing is I love brands like Mixed Chicks, Cantu. It's one of my favorite. Cantu for everything. They have detangler for kids. They have the leave-in conditioner. So if you want to start simple, I can suggest you buy yourself the shampoo and conditioner, and then you buy yourself Cantu, and you're good to go for the first night. This one is another brand that I like. This is when I'm twisting or when I'm actually doing braids. I like this one. And this one right here, it's my favorite for my child. This is a mask that I apply. I got this one I got in Marshall, but Walmart has it too. This is my favorite one that I buy also in Marshall, and you can find it in Walmart. And this is the products. This too is what I use to braid my child's hair right now. I had another child, these products did not work on him. So again, check the porosity of the child and then, play with the products. But having a variety of products at home, it's gonna help you.
Well guys, I hope you like this video. Don't forget to give a like and a comment right there, and don't forget to subscribe.